myself, Dr. K. Viswanath Allamraju, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. Today we are going to study gas terminology. So this is the diagram. In this diagram indicates what is pitch circle, what is addendum circle, what is phase width, space width, circular pitch, addendum circle, bottom land, top land, clearance, work depth, addendum and dedendum, and dedendum circle, or another name is called root circle here. And here another figure indicates the pitch circle diameter of pinion and gear. Here it is, the line is called a pitch line, and these are the cylinders. These cylinders are known as pitch cylinders. So here the diameter of the pitch circle is known as pitch diameter. This terminology, along with this terminology related to the gear, and another terminology related to the analysis of the gears, that are design of the gears, such as that path of contact, arc of contact, contact ratio, path of approach, and path of recess. Now here, what is pitch cylinders? Pitch cylinders of a pair of gears in mesh. These pitch cylinders are the imaginary friction cylinders, by assuming that which by pure rolling together transmit the same motion as the pair of gears. These pitch cylinders are the imaginary friction cylinders. We are assuming that cylinders, it passes or transmit motion by pure rolling action. And pitch circle, it is the circle. These are the pitch cylinders. Pitch cylinder, these two are pitch cylinder. Pitch circle means it is a circle corresponding to a section of the equivalence pitch cylinder by a plane normal to the wheel axis. So it is the normal to the wheel axis, means this is the axis of the wheel. Normal to that, the top view, if you consider it here, it is the top view, it looks like that circle. This is the pitch circle. The diameter of the pitch circle is known as the pitch diameters. So it is the diameter of pitch circle or pitch cylinder. This is the pitch diameter. Another term is called pitch surface. Pitch surface means it is the surface of the pitch cylinder. Very simple meaning. Pitch surface means surface of the pitch cylinder. What is the pitch point? The point of contact of two pitch circles is known as pitch point. We can see here, this is the pitch point. This is one pitch circle of the gear or larger wheel, and another is pitch circle or pitch circle of pinion. Another name is also called small wheel. The contact between these two, that contact is the pitch point. That point is known as pitch point. Next, another definition, very important definition, terminology, is that line of centers. What is the line of center? So line of center, a line through the centers of rotation of a pair of mating gears is the line of centers. This is the pitch line, and when it contact each other, that is also line of centers. It is the line of center. Why it is line of center? A line through the centers of rotation of a pair of mating gears having a line of contact. That line of contact is known as line of centers. So another is pinion, is the smallest, and it is the smaller of it, and usually the driving gear of a pair of mating gears. The smallest wheel is known as the pinion, and it is the driving gear among the mating gears. Okay, but generally pinion, we can also vice versa, but definition they mentioned here, generally pinion is used for as a driving gear, and driven gear is the larger wheel. Okay, this is the pinion, pitch diameter, it is the diameter of pitch cylinder. Pitch surface, the surface of the pitch circle or pitch cylinder is the pitch surface. Pitch point means the contact of two pitch circle diameters. The contact of two pitch circles is known as pitch point. Now, another important definition is that circular pitch. It is denoted by small letter p. What is the circular pitch? The circular pitch means, in formula mathematically, circular pitch P equal to circle plus P equal to pi d by t, where d is the pitch diameter and t is the number of teeth. So what is that meaning here? Pi d means what? Pi times diameter, that is 2 pi r, circumference terms. It is the distance measured along the circumference of a pitch circle. It is the circumference of a pitch circle, pi d. From a point on one tooth, that means circumference of pitch circle per tooth is known as circular pitch. So, and to the corresponding point and the adjacent tooth. Very simple here, pi d by t means pi d is the circumference of pitch circle per teeth is known as circular pitch. So, it is a pi d by t. Here in this diagram, we can see what is circular pitch. With the distance between, another meaning is that distance measured two adjacent sides of a teeth, from one teeth to another. This is the one adjacent, this is another. The distance from these is known as circular pitch. What is a diametral pitch? Diametral pitch P, that is capital P, is diametral pitch, the number of teeth per pitch circle diameter, that capital P equal to T by D, per unit length of pitch circle diameter is known as diametral pitch. So the limitations of it is generally in millimeter or inches also. Outside gates, we can see diametral pitch in terms of inches. So the limitations of diametral pitch is that it is not in terms of units of length, but in terms of, what is in terms of teeth per unit length. So pi d by t capital small p by capital P. We can see that the diametral pitch, we can see what is that? It is the small p by capital P, we make it, that is pi d by capital T by T by D. Small p into capital P, okay. This is into T by D. If we, the product of diametral pitch and circular pitch, that is small p into capital P equal to, this is pi d by t, this is into t by d, that is pi. So the product of circular pitch and diametral pitch is equal to pi. Now what is the diametral pitch? Diametral pitch means the number of teeth per circular pitch, pitch circle diameter, that is capital P equal to T by D, and small p, that is circular pitch, equal to pi d by capital T, number of teeth, where T is the number of teeth. Now module M, module, what is the definition of module? This M equal to D by T. The pitch circle diameter per teeth is known as module, and we know that circular pitch P equal to pi d by t. Now d by t equal to m. So circular pitch, another term is called module m equal to, or circular pitch equal to pi times module. So it is the, what is m equal to? It is the pitch ratio of the pitch diameter in millimeter to the number of teeth. So the term in SI units. Okay, in place of diametral pitch, what is that? In the place of diametral pitch, we can use that circular pitch P equal to pi times m. One more important thing is that when two mating gears, their pitch should be same. The pitch of the two mating gears must be same. Very important here it is. Otherwise, what will happen? The meshing doesn't take place. It can be either external mesh or internal mesh. When meshing is not taking place, there is no proper transmission of torque. Transmission doesn't take place. What is gear ratio? The gear ratio, it is the ratio of, gear ratio is denoted by capital letter G, capital T by small t. So the number of teeth on the gear, the number of teeth on the gear to the number of teeth on the pinion. The small t denotes number of teeth on the pinion, capital T denotes number of teeth on the gear. So this is a gear ratio. So gear ratio, the number of gears on the teeth is more than 1 in comparison. Definitely, it is more than the number of teeth. Capital T is greater than small t. That's why gear ratio is always greater than 1. Maximum value it comes. So it is greater than 1 value. And next important term after the gear ratio, important term is velocity ratio. What is the velocity ratio? It is the ratio of our angular velocity of the follower or driven pulley or driven gear to the angular velocity of driver gear. Now this velocity ratio, consider that omega of follower by omega of driver. This velocity ratio, if we consider the subscript 1, that is the driver, and subscript 2 is follower, that is follower is subscript 2, driver is subscript 1. Substitute omega 2 in the place of omega 2, 2 pi n2 by 16, and here it is 2 pi n1 by 16. This term, common term, after cancelling the common terms, this is n2 by n1. This n2 by n1, according to the ratio we have studied, this n2 by n1, the speed of the speed of the gears is inversely proportional to the radius or inversely proportional to the diameters. Then n2 by n1 equal to d1 by d2, and n2 by n1 is equal to d1 by d2 in terms of teeth. Number of, this is in terms of diameters, number of teeth, that is T1 by T2. So velocity ratio, what is the velocity ratio? The velocity ratio is defined as the angular velocity of or speed of follower or driven pulley to the speed of or angular velocity of driver pulley or driver gear, that is n2 by n1. That is omega 2 by omega 1. Here subscript 2 refers to the follower, and subscript 1 refers to the driver, that is follower by driver. This velocity ratio is denoted by the letter V dot R. VR is the velocity ratio, and capital T is the number of teeth. Here number of teeth means T1, that's subscript 1 refers to driver, T1 by T2. And one more thing here we can see, the speed of the gears is inversely proportional to the number of teeth. If number of teeth are high, the speed of the gear is low. If the number of teeth are low, then the speed of the gear is high. That's why it is inversely proportional to, n is inversely proportional to 1 by t, inversely proportional to t. N is proportional to 1 by t, or n is inversely proportional to t. This is the term one of the important term, velocity ratio. Now refers to the gear teeth. What is addendum circle? What is addendum? What is dedendum circle? What is dedendum? What is the clearance? What is the top gland? What is the pitch circle diameter? What is the space width? What is tooth thickness? We'll understand here. Here addendum circle means the circle which is passing. This is the addendum circle. The circle passing through the tips of the teeth, top. Suppose we understand the better. A person, this is the head. So if we consider him, it is the center. The head passing, consider the head of the person is the teeth. The circle passing through the head of the person or the head of the teeth, the top surface of the teeth or tip of the teeth, that circle is known as addendum circle. That radius is known as addendum radius. Is the circle passing through the touch completely. That is addendum circle. Next, addendum. It is the radial height. From addendum means between addendum circle diameter minus pitch circle diameter by 2. That is known as addendum. It is the standard value of addendum is 1 module. So another definition is that it is the radial height of tooth above pitch circle diameter. Above pitch circle. This is the pitch circle. Above pitch circle, the distance from addendum circle and the pitch circle is the radial height. This distance is addendum. Here it is. It is addendum. What is dedendum? What is dedendum circle first? Dedendum circle means the circle passing through the root of a teeth of a gear. Then it is dedendum circle. What is dedendum? The distance, radial height between pitch circle and pitch circle to the dedendum circle. This is the radial height. The radius of pitch circle minus and the radius of dedendum circle, then that distance is known as dedendum. And this is addendum and it is dedendum. These are the terminologies. Okay. Next, clearance. What is the clearance? Here there are two things are there. This is the position of the clearance. So how can we know this clearance is that the radial difference between the addendum and the dedendum of the tooth is known as a clearance. The radial difference between the addendum and the dedendum of the tooth is known as clearance. Generally, this clearance in terms of module, that is point in terms of m module, that clearance is 0.157 m. M is not meters here. This m denotes module. Okay. And what is addendum? The standard value of addendum is, that is 1 module, 1 m. And the standard value of dedendum is 1.157 small letter and small m. That m indicates 1 module, 1.157 module. Now addendum circle diameter, that is d plus 2m, and dedendum circle diameter equal d minus 2 times 1.157 m. So the difference, clearance equal to the difference between two, that is 1.171 m minus m, that is 0.157 m. That is the clearance. So these are the terms which we have studied now. The next term is that terminology. In the terminology, what is the full depth of teeth? FDT or full depth involute, FDI also. Now here full depth of teeth. What is the depth of teeth? Full depth of teeth. that equal to, it is the radial depth of tooth space. Okay, full depth of teeth, here where it is mentioned here. Okay, from this portion to from top, this is the full depth. That full depth equal to addendum plus dedendum. The addendum plus dedendum, that is full depth. Another name is called, okay, this is the full depth, and there is another term is there, working depth. Working depth equal to the sum of addendums of the two gears, then it is known as working depth. So another teeth is in contact. If one teeth is like that, another teeth will be in contact each other. So what is the working depth? Working depth is sum of addendums of the two mating gears. Here, this is addendum for this gear, for grown, gear 1. For gear 2, what is the addendum? This is the addendum. The sum of these two addendums is known as working depth. Another, in physical significance of working depth means the maximum depth to which tooth penetrates into the tooth space of the mating gear, that is known as the working depth of the gears. What is the full depth of teeth? The full depth means sum of addendum plus dedendum is the full depth. And what is working depth? Addendum of sum of two addendums, then it is known as working depth. So why it is one addendum, it is penetrate into the another teeth, and another addendum is penetrate into the another teeth. So one addendum is penetrating into the dedendum of another teeth. This is addendum. For this gear 2, suppose this is gear 2 and this gear 1. For gear 2, this is the portion is dedendum. Dedendum 2. For gear 1, this is the portion for D1, dedendum. So the addendum of one teeth is penetrating into the dedendum of another teeth. But the sum of two addendums is known as the working depth. How much it is penetrated one teeth into the another teeth. Then it is known as, okay, working depth of teeth. This working depth of teeth is very important in order to transmit the torque from one shaft to another. If the working depth is not proper, then there will be a slipping occurs between two mating teeth. If the working depth helps to perform or transmitting the torque from one shaft to another shaft without slipping. If the working depth is high, then more working depth, there is another chance also there. That is also jamming of gears takes place. So the working depth should be maintained optimum level such a way that a proper torque transmission can be taken place between two gears. Next one is called space width. What is the space width? It is the width of tooth space along the pitch circle. Along the pitch circle, this is the pitch circle. It is the width of tooth space. What is the tooth space? In that tooth space of one gear penetrates another tooth gear, penetrates into that space. That is called space width. Here in this is the space width. In that space width, this is the space width between. So in that another gear comes and folds. Okay. This width is known as the space width of gear. So here, this is the portion of space width. This is the portion of space width. So where there are two types of three circles are there: addendum circle, pitch circle, dedendum circle. Here the pitch circle along the arc of a pitch circle, that width we will consider the space width. This space width, why pitch circle diameter we consider here? Pitch circle diameter is the diameter circle where the mating of two gears takes place. Exactly. Torque transmits through that only, through that circle. Power transmits. That pitch circle is so important. And the contact between two pitch circles of the two mating gears, that point of one teeth is known as pitch point. The next definition is that very important definition or terminology, tooth thickness. And what is the tooth thickness? This is the thickness of the teeth. What is the thickness? Yes. This tooth thickness also we measured along where? Pitch circle diameter only. It is the thickness of the tooth measured along the pitch circle. Why pitch circle? Pitch circle is the circle along which transmission takes place. Whereas addendum and dedendum circles are the limitations of the two teeth. The maximum radius is addendum circle radius. The minimum radius is of the teeth is the dedendum circle radius or root circle radius. So what is the middle between two addendum and dedendum? It's called pitch circle of two mating teeth. Then exactly two pitch circles of the teeth in contact at point of that contact is known as pitch point. Now, tooth thickness also measured along the pitch circle diameter. Space width is the width of space width between two teeth. That is also space width, but it is measured along pitch circle diameter. And what is face and what is flank? Another term. This face is nothing but from face is above the pitch circle diameter to the addendum. That width is known as a face. And below the portion of the teeth, this is the pitch circle. Okay. Above portion is the face, below portion up to the root, then it is known as flank. Now, backlash term. What is the backlash? It's the difference between the space width and the tooth thickness along the pitch circle. That is the backlash. It's the difference between the space width. This is space width. This is space width and the tooth thickness is equal. That is called backlashing. Space width minus tooth thickness. Okay, and this backlash, if the space width is low compared to the tooth thickness, what will happen? Okay, we'll study in next sessions. Now, next term is the face width. This is the term face width. What is the face width here? The length of the thickness, the length of the teeth, the length of the tooth parallel to the which axis? Gear axis. The gear axis, it is parallel. Then it is known as the face width. The length of the tooth parallel to the gear axis. Then it is perpendicular to the gear axis, normal to the gear axis. Along the pitch circle diameter is of the pitch circle diameter is known as the thickness of, that is the tooth thickness. This tooth thickness is perpendicular to gear axis. And the space width is the width between two teeth. Okay, then it is known as space width. So these are the terms, and some more terms are there here. What is the bottom land? What is top land? This top land is top land and bottom land. This is the bottom land. The top land is this is the top land portion. Top land is the surface of the top of the tooth is known as the top land. Okay, surface of the top of the tooth is known as the top land. What is the bottom land? Bottom position. This is the space, bottom position. The surface of the bottom of the tooth between adjacent fillets. This is one fillet, this is another fillet. That is bottom land. Top land means top, head. This is called, okay, top land. It is the surface of the top of tooth is known as top land. Bottom land means the surface of the bottom of the tooth between the adjacent fillets. These are the adjacent fillets. Okay, is known as bottom land. The next term is the face tooth. What is the face tooth? Face tooth. Face. What is the face? For our body, it is the face. But for the gears, what is the face? It is the face of the top surface between the pitch circle. The top surface between the pitch circle and the top land. That is known as face. Okay. The face means we can see the front. This is the true position, true view. But face of the teeth is, this is the position, face position. And what is the flank? The top surface, it is not, it is the tooth surface between the pitch circle and the bottom land, including fillet. This is another portion, that is the flank. Okay, it is. This is flank. Okay. So with this, some terminology we have learned. These are related to gears terminology. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.